here this morning, who is his mother, and she has called the clerks on several occasions with concerns about this particular case. I don't know if she's made contact with you, Mr. Barnett.
She has. My understanding was that she wanted to modify, and I think we addressed this the last time when he failed to appear, that she wanted a modification of the bond. And I think when Your Honor looked at his bond, there already was no unconsented contact. It wasn't a no contact. And then she wanted the no go to provision removed. That's the last I've heard her. Her position may have changed, and maybe that's why she's here today.
No, her position changed to the fact that she is indicating, at least to the clerks out front, that she did not want this matter to proceed. I think that's what she was giving.
Okay, well, that's a discussion she and I can have.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I guess to avoid further delay, an adjournment would be helpful, but what I'm suggesting as an alternative, because I have located the police report, so I apologize about that. I could meet with my client in a breakout room at an appropriate time if there is time today. Unless, yeah, that's all I'm suggesting. Maybe an adjournment so that both Mr. Barnett and I can both talk to the respective people here.
All right, which one is your request?
Well, I guess, you know, I hate to avoid a delay for either my client or his mother, but I think I am requesting an adjournment, and then we can all, both sides of this can follow up.
Is 1 week enough for you to do that follow-up, or do you need more time than that, please?
1 week is sufficient. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Thomas?
Yeah,
Where are you, sir?
good morning.
Good morning. Can you show your screen, please? All right, sir. Can you, you weren't here at the last hearing, and that was on June 21st. So you have to show up to court. If you don't, a bench warrant can issue for you. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah,
Is that a yes?
yes,
All right. Pre-trial is adjourned to next week, August 11th, 2021, and that'll be at 9 a.m. again. Sir, do you know how to reach your attorney?
no,
I'm sorry?
no.
Mr. Banis, could you please give him your contact information, or do you have his?
Sorry, 1 second, Your Honor.
Are you still at the phone number that ends in 2503, sir? I don't need the full number. I just need confirmation as to whether that's the last 4 digits of your phone.
Your Honor, that's the last 4 digits of my cell number.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have 2 phone numbers plus an email address, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to speak with my client.
All right, thank you. Bond is continued. You're all set, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for showing up today.
And thank you so much. I'm so sorry to put you guys through this. Like, I had called the prosecutor and the public defender's office. It was a misunderstanding. I called the police here because my brother and my son got into it over food, and to de-escalate the situation, I called the police, and I never knew that he would get a charge. He did bump into me. He was upset. He's going through some kind of mental breakdown right now. And I've been reaching out to the Washington County Psychiatric, trying to get him help. So that's what I was telling the police. And now we going through all this. When I was just explaining, I was trying to, me as a woman, 2 men into it, the first thing I thought of calling the police to calm, de-escalate the situation. So I'm so sorry to go through all this. I try to reach out to everybody before we even had a court date, but when I talked to the public defender's office, they didn't have a file the first time I called. So, and then I end up talking to Mr. Barnett and everything about it. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know what to do. He
Ms.
needs help.
Washington, you and I can chat or should chat before the next pre-trial.
Okay.
We'll go over some things. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Washington.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge.
Either one is good. You're all set.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Have a better day.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. There is a device in the courtroom that is labeled Galaxy J7 Prime. Could you please tell us your first and last name?
Frank Gaucher, Gochet.
Good morning, Mr. Gaucher. Thank you. All right. Mr. Banis,
Yes, Your Honor.
your client, Miss Sierra McCoy Nobles, is present here in the courtroom.
Yes, for sentencing today.
Yes, she is. So I plan to handle that next unless you need to communicate with her in some way, shape, or form.
No, I don't. Both I and Mr. Noble have spoken with her previously, so we're ready on that case.
All right, thank you so much. She's on iPad right now. Yes. The court will call Ypsilanti Township versus Sierra McCoy Nobles, case number 21T00103.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Thank you.
Andrew Banis with and on behalf of Ms. McCoy Nobles.
Ms. Nobles, please come up to the front here and stand at the table or sit at the table. Today is the day and time scheduled for sentencing in this matter. Ms. Nobles was required to come into the courtroom because of her attitude the last time that she was on Zoom. And we're now here for sentencing. Have you had an opportunity to go over the report with your client?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, at the last hearing, I had already reviewed the recommendation. We had no requested changes to the report, and we are asking that you follow the recommendation. And she and I would like you to just take into consideration that she does have very limited income. She was on unemployment, but that's on hold because she has a part-time job. And then also the information I have is she does have, I believe, a medical marijuana card for a medical issue. And we've discussed with her that if she's going to be allowed to take advantage of those privileges, that card, she would need to get paperwork to your probation department. She does have some paperwork, which she says she can get to you or to Mr. Heaton.
All right, this is an operating while intoxicated case. Was marijuana a part of what was used? It looks like there is a combined operating under the influence of controlled substance and alcohol.
I believe so. I believe part of it was operating under the influence of THC.
That's true, Your Honor, according to the MSP lab reports.
As you are probably aware, Mr. Banis, if there's a violation of the MMA Act, then she is not entitled to take advantage of those privileges. And using marijuana and alcohol is a violation of the MMA Act while driving.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you'd like to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. Ms. Nobles, if you'd like to say anything before sentencing, You can, but you're not required to.
Mr. Barnett, is there anything that you would like to say prior to sentencing?
No, Your Honor, I'll leave it in your discretion.
Thank you. Ms. Nobles? I understand that you're indicating that there's nothing you would like to say today.
I have a lot going on right now. On top of dealing with this, getting to work, my life. And I'm trying to move out my house because
You're trying to move out your house because what, ma'am?
it's a bad domestic.
Okay, so you're the victim of a domestic situation, ma'am? Okay, after the situation had occurred? Okay. So the court definitely considers that you were going through some things, but doing that to and being disrespectful is not how you handle it from the other end, especially when you have a lot at stake. Okay? And I know that you had an opportunity to go over the report with your attorney last time. Do you have any questions about that, ma'am? The 5 days of community service, what, ma'am?
It's community service or work program.
This one is community service. Okay. All right. It is the sentence of the court that you serve 93 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for 1 day served. The 93 days are suspended. I thought you went over it with them last time. Calm down. I just need you to understand that you're short when you're online, okay? And you have to behave respectfully when you're in the Zoom environment, okay? Are we all on the same page now, Ms. McCoy Nobles? All right. So it's suspended. If you do everything you're supposed to do, then you don't have to serve any additional jail time, okay? Okay. You're gonna be on probation for 12 months. If you do everything you're supposed to do, after 6 months, you can petition this court to be let off probation, okay? I know your adrenaline is pumping. I wanna make sure you can hear me though. Did you hear that part? Okay. 5 days of community service, not jail work program, community service. So you pick out a place and then you can go there and do it. If you have a church or any of that, you can do it at the churches, okay? Fines and costs in this particular matter for a total of $375. You have the entire time period in which to pay that. Unless you can pay today based on what your attorney just said, it sounds like you can't. Based on what you just said with moving, it sounds like you can't. So that's why I'm giving you the entire time period to pay it off, okay? $30 per month in probation oversight fees. You're to complete a substance abuse assessment at Don Farm and follow any and all recommendations. You're to sign a release of information so that the probation department and I can actually see what's going on. Okay? You're to attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel. That is a 1-day course. Sign up online, get it done. Probably one of the first things you should do. You should meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home visits. There's no use or possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or drug paraphernalia. And there's no possession of any firearm components, ammunition, or any other dangerous weapon, and no being in the presence of anyone carrying or using any. Your drug and alcohol test 3 times per month, and any other times as ordered by probation. You attend 12-step meetings 2 times per week. Do you have any questions about any of that? So you need to go to probation, which is down the hall here, and signing a contract with them. Mr. Heaton, are you able to, is this Mr. Heaton? Yep, Mr. Heaton, are you able to do that today, sir? Or do
We'll have to do it over the phone, excuse me. But I'll be out in the hallway waiting for her after the sentencing today.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Heaton will meet with you outside and explain to you what happens next, okay? All right, any questions? No? All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming in. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, wait, 1 second. As to your other 3 matters, you need to figure out when you're gonna pay them. These are up for show causes today. Okay, you have other tickets that need to be paid. I presume you need time on those as well. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 months from now. Yeah. We'll see where you are on November 3rd. I'll bring you back on that date and see if you're able to make any payments, okay, ma'am? November 3rd at 9 a.m. And by back, you can come back on Zoom, okay? All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Banis, we're gonna give you a breakout room. Do you need a breakout room? You don't, do you? All right, your client left, you're adjourned. Do you need a breakout room with anyone? Because we're gonna go on to a private case right now.
With Mr. Whitfield would be very helpful. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll give you a breakout room with them. Gibson Landing Township versus Ratiba Fahar, case number 21T00339.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Walter White on behalf of Ms. Farhan, who's present. Could we have a bench conference, please?
Yes, you may, Mr. White. How are you today?
I'm great.
You look it too.
Thank you.
He was over at my house last night, grabbing the boner, banging on the door. He said, I didn't hear no banging on the door. I just heard grabbing the motor.
All right, Ms. Farha,
Yes, Your Honor.
how are you this morning, ma'am?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. So your attorney is going to be making a verbal motion to withdraw from your case this morning because he has a conflict. I think he mentioned that to you. Miss Farha?
Yeah.
All right. So let me explain to you why that is in case you don't fully understand it. Once an attorney has represented someone else and they are then involved in another case of some sort, they can't represent the other person that's also involved in that because the attorney now has information about the complaining witness that he could use against him. And that would be a violation of the ethics for the Bar Association. You understand that, ma'am?
I understand that, but Mr. White hasn't represented nor in anything except signing an affidavit for his child.
All right, that's not what he's indicating to the court. And sometimes you may not know of things to where they represent it. Even if it's a consultation, it's still representation. If he's consulted with him on information and he has information about him, that information cannot be used in an additional case. And that's the position he's in right now.
Okay, so what happens from here?
Well, the question is whether or not you plan to hire your own attorney or whether you can't afford one, you need to have a court-appointed attorney. So that's what I'm talking to you about. What would you like to do?
I'll retain an attorney.
All right, how much time would you need to retain new counsel, ma'am?
At least a month.
Mr. Barnett?
That's fine. If we could go 3 weeks instead of 4, I think, I mean, because it's an assaultive case, I don't want to delay too long.
I'll give you 3 weeks, ma'am, to find an attorney. All right. I'll schedule this for August 25th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Mr. White, will you make your motion?
Your Honor, I would move to withdraw based on the fact that I represented Noor Kashan both as a juvenile and also that I consulted with him, but was not hired as recently as April of this year.
Thank you. I will grant the motion to withdraw. Please provide me with an order to that effect.
I shall.
All right. Bond will continue in this matter. Ma'am, I'll see you back here on August 25th at 9 a.m. Ms. Ma'am, please come back to the screen.
I can. I'm just trying to hear you.
Okay. I will see you back here on August 25th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Your bond is continued, okay?
Okay, I can't be later than that.
No, we only give people 2 weeks to retain a counsel. So I'm giving you an additional week.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're all set. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Judge.
Ypsilanti Township versus Frank Gaucher, case number 21T00150.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court. Larry Polk on behalf of Frank Gaucher, who was present, gives his permission and consent to have this hearing by way of Zoom. Mr. Gaucher, would you state your name for the record, please?
You're muted,
You have
sir.
to unmute. Unmute.
Frank Gaucher.
Good morning, Mr. Gaucher. Hello, Mr. Pope.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, we're here for a pretrial today.
So, Judge, I did have an opportunity to receive the discovery, and after I reviewed it, I was made aware that there is video that's associated with this incident as well. I reached back out to the people, and they, in fact, have ordered the video, so we're asking for an additional pretrial.
How long do you need, Mr. Barnett, to provide the video?
I'm going to suggest 3 weeks. That way I can get him the video and Mr. Polk will have an opportunity to review it. And we'll be prepared for a pretrial. Assuming that works for your schedule, Mr. Polk.
No, that's fine with me. I'll make it work.
August 25th. Is that fine with your schedule, Mr. Polk?
1 second, Judge, please. Yes, ma'am, that's good.
August 25th, 2021 at 9 a.m.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. You and your staff have a great day, Judge.
You too.
Bye.
Court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Taylor Day. There are two, 20 W003193 and 19 S35. Nope, just one.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Ms. Day.
Good morning.
You don't have counsel, do you, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. You're here on a driving while license suspended, ma'am. You also have a clearance fee that's due in 19 S3515485. Shows that your license is still suspended. Are you working on trying to get those cleared up, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on 3 probations and going to court for you. Cleared up a few this year, and got it back in Westland this year.
All right. Last time, on July 14th, you failed to appear. What happened?
I honestly, I forgot until after the fact. So it was my fault. I was waiting on the email, the confirmation email. I do that every time and didn't receive it. So I just didn't remember. I even put it in my calendar and I just forgot. There was no other reason.
The confirmation email was sent.
So I contacted the court and they re-signed me up for it because I wasn't receiving them for Judge Tabby either. So
That's not how our court works. We send them, my recorder sends them directly from the contact sheet.
okay, well, I had not received it this month. Maybe, I'm not sure. I could have been a mistake on my end. I just didn't receive it this last court date. So it was just a matter of me mismanaging my responsibility and remembering.
All right, as I look at your record here, I only see one that you've taken care of this year.
I'm on probation for 3 separate driving on suspendeds. And
I see you're on probation for them, but you haven't paid the.
correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. Sorry. Yeah, I'm in every other place. I'm doing the best I can. I'm keeping in compliance. It's just, making up for the mistakes is a lot of money.
Yeah. So I see a reinstatement in the case that's out in Westland is the only one that I see that has been
resolved.
done, and that was back in December of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Burnett, I don't know that her record's not terrible, but if she's on probation in these other courts, I don't know how long it'll take before.
Yeah, it sounds like it may be a lengthy process. What I'm willing to do today, if she wants to just resolve this case and get it finished, would be to offer to count 2, no operator's license on her person, still a misdemeanor. It's 90 days, $100, but it's a 0-point non-reporting or non-abstracting offense. So, and I would dismiss the original driver's suspended license.
Okay, but I have to make that payment today. I can't make that payment today.
I could give you time to pay. It would be $325.
300, okay, if I have time, yeah.
All right. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You have certain rights, ma'am, with respect to this case. You have the right to have a trial by a jury. You also have the right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, and you can get an order signed by this court to require that they come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial, and you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you chose to remain silent, then the prosecutor could not comment on that. You also have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you're gonna be giving up all those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
There will be no automatic right to appeal this decision, so the decision you're making today is the decision that will probably stick with you. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
In addition to that, if you're on probation or parole at this time, this could be considered a violation of that because it is a misdemeanor. And I did hear you say you were on probation.
I'm
So,
aware of it.
okay,
They all are aware of this as well, so they're
Okay.
okay. Thank
all
you.
right, thank you. Are there any immigration consequences that we need to be concerned about?
No, ma'am.
All right. Do you has anyone promised you anything that we've not placed on the record today?
No, ma'am.
Anyone force you to do this today?
No, ma'am.
You doing it of your own free will? All right, on the date of August 22nd of 2020, were you driving in the vicinity of Laurie Street and Tyler Road, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you not have a valid operator's license on your person at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea. It has been knowingly and willingly made. Mr. Barnett,
The people are satisfied, Your Honor.
thank you. All righty. Ma'am, is there anything you want to say prior to sentencing?
Thank you.
All right, $325. How long do you need to pay that, ma'am?
A while. As long as you could give me.
All right, what I'm gonna do is set it out for 3 months for now, and I'll bring you back for a review and see how it's going, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you have November 3rd, 2021, and I'll set it for a review on that day at 9 a.m.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, hopefully I don't have to see you and it's all taken care of. But if I
Okay.
do, we'll talk about it then, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, count one is dismissed. James Lane Township versus Stephen Spencer, 21W001351.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banniswood on behalf of Mr. Spencer, who's present.
Hello, Mr. Spencer, how are you? You're muted, sir.
I'm sorry. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, how are you?
Always could be better.
You know what the opposite of that is?
It'd be worse.
Exactly.
I have the same struggle whether I'm happy or sad, so I choose to be happy.
Okay, good. Then knowing that you're happy is better. All right, we're here on a loud noise ticket today.
All right, I wonder if Mr. Bannis and I could approach.
Of course.
Thank you.
What is it I talk about? Just let me get my. Hold on.
All right, we're back on the record in the Stephen Spencer matter. I had an opportunity to meet with the attorneys in a breakout session, and I fully understand that this is one of those matters that we were hoping to resolve quickly. However, based on circumstances beyond the control of the prosecutor and or the defense counsel, we're in a position where some follow-up is needed. I'm going to give Mr. Spencer his date and time for a jury trial. I know he's requesting that, so I'll give him his final settlement conference date as well as his jury trial date. And I'll set another date that if the parties have had some type of discussion and potential resolution, you can come back here. If not, the attorneys can waive that date so that Mr. Spencer does not need to be present again. But I think it's the best way to try to see if we can get this resolved without having to go to a jury trial over a noise violation. So at this time, I'm going to set it for a pretrial date that can be waived. And please do so at least 3 days prior to that date so that Mr. Spencer is aware that it is not going and the court is aware that it's not going if needed. Yeah, do it in September. Began. Yes. September 15th, 2021. And then final settlement conference. And Mr. Spencer, just so you know, courts are backed up right now due to COVID. And so
I understand.
the dates are kind of far out, okay? So
I'm
that,
trying to be as cooperative and but also serve my best interests
right.
at the same time. So I'm trying just to work with everybody and be calm and relaxed and go with the flow
And also make sure that you can get what you need out of it. I understand, sir.
yes, ma'am.
November 18th, 2021, and that's at 11 a.m. That's the final settlement conference. That's the last day we would have to try to get this resolved. And then jury selection is going to be on December the 3rd, 2021. That's the day we pick a jury. And that's at 9 a.m. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You get a notice. You get a
Is there-
notice with all those dates on it. I'm sorry.
I'm just wondering a way that I can maybe contact my attorney between these dates, because I've had really no contact except for on Zoom with him.
All right.
Let me make sure I have, if I may, Your Honor, make sure I have your, so Mr. Spencer, I'm in discussion with the prosecutor trying to get this charge dismissed, and he's doing some investigation. And if he can't, if he's not able to do that, that's why we're putting this on for a jury trial date, so that, to make sure we have a, yeah, I do have your phone number, so I will call you for sure after court.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And you can call the public defender's office as well, Mr. Spencer, in the event that you want to try to reach out on your own accord. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Ypsilanti Township versus Christopher Whitfield, 21T00101. Yes, you're all set, sir.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Vanis with on behalf of Chris Whitfield, who's present.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Whitfield. How are you, sir?
I'm alive and well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well also.
Awesome.
All right. Today's the day and time scheduled for sentencing in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I have reviewed the assessment and the recommendation with Mr. Whitfield. We don't have any changes, requested changes to that. As to the recommendation, I reviewed it with Mr. Whitfield. If you follow that, I did tell him you'd mention the jail first, but he understands that if you follow that, that's going to be suspended. I do believe it's an appropriate recommendation based on that Mr. Whitfield is and desirous of working on his sobriety. In fact, he told me at the breakout room that he has an appointment today where he's voluntarily doing a follow-up assessment. I told him one of the requirements of probation would be to complete an assessment at Dawn Farm. So I suggested to him that he should speak to Mr. Heaton about that, whether the assessment he's doing today voluntarily would be a substitute. But in any event, I am asking that you follow the recommendation. And Mr. Whitfield knows, I believe he has an opportunity to say something if he wishes to after the prosecutor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Barnett. Anything you want to add to this one?
No, Your Honor, I did review the recommendation. I don't have any additional comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Whitfield, is there anything you would like to say to me this morning prior to sentencing, sir?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that I've already, I guess it was a misunderstanding. I've already done the additional assessment. Today, I have an appointment to start a treatment plan at the facility that I reached out to. So I just wanted that on record. That's all I had to say.
All right. Which facility are you working with, sir?
It's Sierra Medical in Grosse Pointe.
I see. All right. Well, I did have an opportunity to review this report. I was obviously very concerned because there was a crash that was involved. That you did not get yourself hurt. And I'm glad you're taking it very seriously. Okay. I think that the recommendation is fair and I'm going to follow the recommendation. It is the business of the court that you serve 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for 1 day served, 92 days are suspended. You are on probation for 12 months, sir. I believe probation is necessary to make sure that you are rehabilitated properly and that hopefully you can get this under control. 5 days of community service. I should also say with respect to the probation, if you do everything you're supposed to do, you can petition the court for early discharge once you've completed half of your probationary term. Fines and court costs in this case of $525, $30 per month for probation oversight fee. You can complete a substance abuse assessment at Dawn Farm and follow any and all recommendations. Sign a release of information for the probation provider. You attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel As I told the other young lady this morning, that's one of the first things you might be able to get accomplished because you can do that via Zoom. Meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home visits. No use or possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or paraphernalia, and no being in the presence of anyone using them. No use or possession of any firearm components, ammunition, or any other dangerous weapons, and no being in the presence of anyone with either of those. You must drug and alcohol test 3 times per month, and any other times as ordered by the court, probation, or any other police agency. You to attend 12-step meetings 2 times per week. Any questions about that sentence, sir?
Just one. Here at my job here at FS in Ann Arbor, we do free outdoor workouts for the community of Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti. Would that be something that I could use towards the 5 days of community service?
You do what now?
We offer free outdoor workouts for the Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti.
Workouts, really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one up to Mr. Heaton. He might like that actually, so we'll see what he says about it, okay?
Awesome. And is
All
it,
right.
one more
And then-
question, I'm sorry.
Go
Was
ahead.
it, so is it 5 days, is it one time a day, or is it 120 hours?
It's 5 times 8, whatever that is, so that's 40 hours, I think.
Okay.
All right. And then
Okay.
you can reach out to Mr. Heaton and sign your probation contract, and he'll go over all that with you. And if you have any additional questions, he can help you with those as well. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. You're all set.
Is Mr. Heaton gonna contact me with the phone number and everything?
You, it's the same phone number you had to call before when you set up your assessment. The 7th, do you have a pen?
Yes.
734-483-7336.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
No, you too.
You're gonna call them right now, Mr. Whitfield, so you can sign that contract, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a call right now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ypsilanti Township versus Lillian Bray, case number 11T00085.
Paul Barnett, on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banis, with and on behalf of Ms. Bray, who I believe is appearing from the iPad in your court building, Your Honor.
That is correct, Mr. Banis. Hello, Ms. Bray, how are you?
Okay, I can't hear you that well.
You can't hear me that well, ma'am?
No, I'm hard of hearing, though.
All
But
right,
I'm okay.
I'll try to speak up. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're here today for a violation of probation. A violation of probation report was filed because Ms. Bray was not in compliance. That report was filed back in 2012 on July 14th of 2012. She was arraigned on the violation of probation. I'm sorry. Yes, July 14th, she was arraigned on the violation of probation of this year. I apologize. Let's see where we are with this. So the VLP was issued back in 2012, but she's been missing since that time. So we're scheduled here today for what would be a violation of probation hearing on the fact that she apparently did not complete the terms of her probation.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I wonder if we could have a brief breakout room. I did speak with Ms. Bray in detail recently about where she's been and what's been going on in the past 10 years.
Thank you. And by we, you mean you, I, and the prosecutor?
Well, I suppose, and the probation agents.
And probation.
Be helpful.
Thank you. Yes.
So Ms. Bray, just hold on. I'm going to follow up with the judge about what you and I spoke about, okay? We'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
they're still working with you?
They have this said conference and breakout room. Okay.
All right, we're back on the record in the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Lillian Bray. We've had an opportunity to discuss this matter in a breakout session with probation as well as with the attorneys. And we are here to determine whether or not Ms. Bray is going to ask for or have a hearing with respect to the violation. Just so the record is clear, the violation is she failed to report as directed, never reported since signing the contract, failed to pay fines, costs, and she owed $1,235. She failed to attend the victim impact panel, and there's no documentation of the VA treatment and no documentation of AA attendance.
Thank you, Your Honor. And just so Ms. Bray knows, Ms. Bray, I discussed with the judge and everyone else, the probation department, the prosecutor, about you and I, what you and I talked about you working with the VA and your income and your lack of recollection of this and how many years has gone by, and that, you know, you've still been in our community all these years. So what I'm pretty certain you want to do is admit that you haven't been in contact with probation, and then the probation's not going to go away. So I'm going to recommend that you admit that with an explanation, of course, that you didn't fulfill your probation obligations. And then I'm going to ask the judge to follow the recommendation. You're still going to have to do those things if the judge agrees, but that's the current situation. So do you want to?
Okay, would you say that again?
Well, we
You need a breakout room with her, Mr.
Oh,
Benton?
I guess that would be helpful, just to
All right, thank
go
you.
over this again. Thank you.
Yeah. Please.
Okay. Important is inviting you to join room 5. Where is room 5? Now? Join now?
Join, yes, you can hit that blue button that says join. She'll help, okay, there we go. All right, the rest of the cases are with Mr. Banis. So Mr. Lemke, you are next. And then after that, Mr. Duncan Scott, and then Mr. Evans. So you can mute your devices, or I guess they're already muted, but you can go, you can turn your screens off if you want to for a few minutes. The court will be in a brief recess until Mr. Banis returns.
Okay.
All right, we're back on the record in Ypsilanti Township versus Lillian Bray matter.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Andrew Bannis speaking on behalf of Ms. Bray.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
All right, where are we with this, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. So Ms. Bray is not requesting a hearing. She's very candidly going to tell you she knows she didn't complete probation, and she wants to. She understands that I'm going to ask you to follow the recommendation. She will do everything. She just needs maybe a little bit extra help between me and her probation agent to make sure she knows what she's going to do and she's going to do it. That's the situation.
All right, Ms. Bray.
Yes,
Please raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Bray. As to the violation, it's my understanding that you're going to waive a hearing in this matter. You understand that you could be subjected to the original maximum penalties in this case?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. All right, did you fail to report as directed and you failed to report after you signing your contract, ma'am?
Excuse me, I did.
Did you fail to report after signing your contract?
Yeah, I failed to report.
Yes.
I guess so. Ma'am, I'm not lying. I don't remember the whole incident. I don't know what happened. I'm not the best on memories. A lot of things happen. I really, whatever they said I failed to do, I probably did fail to do, because I cannot tell you that I didn't fail to do it because I don't remember doing anything. I don't know what happened. I really don't. I'm not saying that I did anything. I just don't, I don't know. So if they said I didn't do it, I probably didn't do it.
So, Your Honor, I believe Ms. Bray is not contesting the allegation. That the allegation is she did not complete probation as she was required to do. And I believe she's agreeing with that. Is that correct, Ms. Bray?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Barnett, I'm not clear, 27 years, I'm not sure I've ever taken done a no contest plea on a violation of probation.
I think you can. I think I've done it before. But I'll leave it up to you. But I do believe I've done it before.
All right. I'll accept this as a no contest plea, given the file here, which is, I'm looking at it, is very clear that she did not complete any of her term. She has not paid her fines and costs, and she has provided no proof that she attended the VIP program. So I'll accept the no contest plea. As to sentencing, is there anything additional that anyone wants to indicate? I intend to follow the recommendation.
Nothing further from me, Your Honor.
No,
Given
Your Honor.
everything we've already discussed.
All right. Probation is reinstated, ma'am. You're on probation for 12 months. In addition to that, you need to do 5 days of community work program. I will allow that to be done as community service.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I sent Ms. Bray's phone number to Mr. Heaton if he may already have it. And also I confirmed that the address the court has for her in JIS is her current address.
Thank you. Mr. Heaton, are you able to go in the hallway and meet with Ms. Bray before she leaves to make sure we don't lose track of her again?
I'll do that, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Please.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I don't know what happened.
All right, Ms. Bray, Mr. Heaton will be outside to talk to you momentarily. Your case is all done in the courtroom, but please don't leave the building until he comes out to talk to you, okay?
I ain't leaving.
All
No,
right.
no.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
You can hang up now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ypsilanti Township versus Jonathan Lemke, case number 19T00574.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banis with an on behalf of Mr. Lemke.
All right, we're here today regarding a show cause. Apparently, his probation is expired, but he didn't complete all the requirements. He didn't provide verification of the community service. He was supposed to provide proof of his medical concerns and all of that, along with his CMH treatment the last time we were in court. And it appears from the probation department is indicating that they have not received that. We were here to discuss this deferred.
Yes, Your Honor. I have not received anything either regarding CMH compliance or the immunodeficiency issue. We were here before and had a similar discussion. And I believe the recommendation is that his deferred status is going to be not granted. I was going to say revoked, but not granted in the first place. So Mr. Lemke, we were here before, and have you not been able to provide that documentation, which?
Well, I haven't gotten the paperwork from my doctor, but I just got out of the hospital on the 31st. So I do have extra paperwork now that proves that I have the medical conditions, and I was able to get a hold of CMH, an appointment on the 8th.
I'm sorry. So you're getting a hold of CMH and you have an appointment on the 8th, but we've been back here. We started this back on June 23rd. I thought you were just supposed to be providing proof and documentation of prior compliance, not new compliance. Have you not been compliant until now?
I have. I've been waiting on a new caseworker and all that. I finally got through, so.
Did you sign a release of information or you haven't had a chance to meet with anybody yet?
That's what the appointment on the 8th is.
Are we available on the 18th? Yes. All right, one more time, Mr. Lemke. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Lemke, you understand that new documentation you have needs to get to your probation agent?
Yep. Well, I haven't been able to mail it out, and even if I was, it wouldn't have arrived for a couple more days. So if I can, I'll be able to have someone drop it off.
Okay, that's best. And so your appointment's on the 8th. I'm bringing you back here on the 18th. That should give you enough time to sign the ROI. And in addition to that, for someone from the probation department to be able to reach out to them and get the information that they need to confirm that you've been compliant with CMH. Okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Real quick, would I be able to get probation's number?
Yes, of course.
All right.
You got a pen already, sir?
Yeah, if I got it ready.
734-483-7336.
You said 7836?
No. 734
Yep.
483
Yep.
7336.
7336. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right. See you on the 18th.
Already, see you on the 18th.
Bye-bye. Ypsilanti Township versus Duncan Scott.
Hello?
Case number 20W001891A.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banniswithen on behalf of Mr. Scott. Your Honor, I believe we're here for a show cause on failure to pay $275.
That's correct.
Our office, Mr. Noble, spoke with Mr. Scott, and he is unemployed, but has recently applied for a job and should start hopefully in the next few weeks. And he does have some residential issues right now, which he's also dealing with. But we suggested, he is asking if you will agree to a payment plan of $30 a month. Is that right, Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
When will
Yes.
you be able to pay your first $30, sir?
I'm going to try to do something. If I have to go out and try to cut some grass or something, I'm going to try to get this paid before the end of next week. Now, if it's possible, can I get a money order or something with the $30 on it and address it to 14B District Court Probation and drop it off at the probation office? Because I don't really know too much about this app, so where you pay money online and all that stuff. I'm old school. I'm 59 years old. I'm just learning this stuff.
You're how old, sir?
59.
Sir, that's not old.
I mean, when I came out of high school, man, we didn't have computers. We just started with computers. I never really got
I
into
didn't
computers.
have computers either when I came out of high school. You're not that much older than I am. So no, I'm not letting you get away with that. No, come on now.
I'm not trying to get away with it. I just want to know if I can pay it that way. That's all.
You can pay it that way, but I'm not going to let you claim old age as the reason for it. I'm just going to let you do that.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. Yes, ma'am. Now, I did community service work. I did do my community service work because that was part of the agreement too.
Well, you said you could. So you were back here on April 21st, and you and I had a long discussion at that time. And
yes, ma'am.
That's when I ordered the 275. I said that you could do community service. You had to do 50 hours.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am. I just got to get another form so I can take it. I did a food gathering program where I passed out food to elderly people. I did over 100 hours. I was kind of liking it, so I just kept helping them out.
Okay.
And she's gonna. I got to get a form from the probation so I can give it to them so they can fill it out so I can turn it back into probation. That's all. But I've done it.
If you turn that into probation, then you're done with your fines and costs. But you got to provide the proof, okay?
Okay, that's not a problem. I'll have that in there. So if I turn that in next week, then when I come back to you next time, we'll be done with this?
Well, if you turn that in next week, hopefully you don't have to come back to me next time.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I'm with you now. I'm sorry. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, but I'm trying to get it off. This will be one more thing I get off my plate.
All right. You can do one of two things. You can turn in that documentation, or you can pay the $30. So those per month. So I'm going to put that in this note in this file, and then I'm going to schedule for you to come back here on November 3rd, 2021 at 9 a.m. If you've done either of those things, then you don't have to be here. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, that'll be done ASAP.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
I'm all set.
You're all set. All right.
All right. You have a blessed day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ypsilanti Township versus Roberta Evans, 20T00513OD.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banniswithen on behalf of Mr. Evans.
Hello, Mr. Evans. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing better. Last time I talked to you, I was living in a hotel, but I actually got a place now.
Oh, well, good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
That was back in May, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you might have a place, but we got some additional concerns here because we had another show cause. Apparently you were discharged from community corrections outpatient program for use of marijuana. I mean, is this the right one I'm looking at? Yes.
Yes.
And
And
the
I'm
condition.
actually clean. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually clean now, so I think I probably got a drop today. I know I did mess up. It was probably July 4th. I'm a single father. The mother of my kids really don't do much for them, so I've been going through a lot. But I've been on working hard, taking care of my kids, and I did step up July 4th, and I did drop, positive. But I've been clean since.
And you got discharged from the CCOP program.
Yeah, that's from having marijuana in my system. But I start back in 3 weeks.
You start back in the CCOP program?
Yes, and I still do my AA meetings because I usually do 4 meetings a week. But since they dropped me off that, I just do 2 AA meetings a week.
Why would you go down? That doesn't make any sense.
Because I had to do 2 corrections visits with Vince, and then I had to do 2 AA meetings with that. So
I don't know what that means.
the correction I forgot how you explain it.
So I think what Mr. Evans is saying, like he explained to me, is that he was doing Tuesday and Thursday CCOP. Is that
CCOP?
Vince? And then AA 2 times a week, Wednesday and Thursday, also with a sponsor. And so I don't think he was discharged for non-attendance, Your Honor. I think it was for the THC. And I wasn't aware that he's back in the program. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Evans?
No, I start back in 3 weeks. They said it'd take up to 30 days, and it's been already a week now.
I did also review the recommendation of the community work program, Your Honor. And given he's not challenging the allegation at all, we're asking that you follow the recommendation, and he definitely wants to be back in the CCOP program. He told me that he has, for his discharge, received very positive feedback from the, I'm sorry, I don't know his last name, from Vince, and that he was doing good in the class despite the discharge.
So at this point, Mr. Heaton, am I correct that his probation is out to February of 2022?
Check your So at this point, his probation is out till July 19th of 22.
Okay. All right. All right, sir, I'm gonna give you an additional 5 days of community work program.
Okay. And I asked my probation officer about that. He said he's gonna send me some an email so I can start that.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to get everything done and do all the right things I can do.
All right, get back into the program, sir.
I will.
Okay. All right, you're all set.
All right, thank you so
Hopefully
much.
I don't see you again. If I see you again, sir.
No, hopefully, no, you're not. I'm trying to do everything right. I got
Do you want another review, Mr. Heaton, or you'll schedule it if I need something from him?
I'll schedule it, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, you're all set, Mr. Evans.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ypsilanti Township versus Benjamin Detlefs, case number 19W009335. Yep, that's it.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banis on behalf of Mr. Detlefs. So, Your Honor, unfortunately, we have reached out to Mr. Detlefs and have not been able to have contact with him to review the report from probation that I received.
He's here for a show cause for failure to drug and alcohol screen, so apparently he's not taking this very seriously. Mr. Barnett?
The people would move for a bench warrant, Your Honor. Thank you.
Bench warrant to issue $2,500, 10%. Ypsilanti Township versus Dexter Ashford, 21T00204.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banis on behalf of Mr. Ashford.
This matter is scheduled for a pre-trial today.
Yes, Your Honor. Not certain. I think it is the first pretrial. I'd ask you to issue a show cause, but what I can tell you is that I have called my client and left a voicemail and sent an email, and have not heard back from him, assuming that's all the correct contact information.
It's the first pre-trial only because he failed to show for 3 arraignment notices that were sent to him. And then he got a bench warrant back on July 9th. He got arraigned on that bench warrant in front of the magistrate on July 12th, was told of today's court date and failed to appear.
People move for a bench warrant.
Bench warrant in this case, 5,000, 10%. And when I say arraigned, I mean he was picked up. Ypsilanti Township versus Jacques Cowan, case number 21T00179.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banis on behalf of Mr. Cowan.
Is there time scheduled for a pretrial in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, and I've been in touch with Mr. Barnett. There is an offer, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to reach Mr. Cowan over the past few days, but it appears that our office, including Mr. Noble and I, have spoken with him. So I don't know why he's not here today. I was 100% expecting him to be here.
I will say that he has not failed to appear prior to today's date on this particular matter, Mr. Barnett.
Your Honor, I'll leave it in your discretion, but I wouldn't oppose setting it for a show cause.
I'll set it for a show cause and pretrial. I'm just gonna put it over 1 week. This is a operating on intoxicated matter, so that is concerning for the court. I'll put it over to August 11th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Please let your client know that if he is not here at the next court date, I will issue a bench warrant.
I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ypsilanti Township versus Charles Fredge, case number 19T00493.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Andrew Banis on behalf of Mr. Fridge. Your Honor, this is, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to review to see if he hadn't appeared before. There was one time where he was scheduled, he was in custody, but the jail didn't connect. So that was rescheduled. But this is,
I can help you.
no, thanks. I was going to say, I was just going to say, I know I've had several conversations with him.
So he failed to appear back on August the 27th of 2019. He had a $5,000 bond. He was picked up and arraigned before the magistrate, given a PR, set to come back here before the court with on January 8th. He then failed to appear again and was given a $5,000 10% bond. And then he appeared in custody for a pretrial on June 23rd. No, appeared in custody and was set for a pretrial for June 23rd. He appeared in front of me. I take that back. He was not brought over on that particular date. Then he came back in custody in front of me on July 7th. He had 20 days credit at that time. Considering it was a fail to appear for a property damage accident, I reduced his bond to PR. He promised me he would be here. And then he's not.
People move for a bench warrior.
Well, respectfully request a show cause. But well, it's always respectfully, you know, but sometimes I add that. I will say, and I did send him an email yesterday with the Zoom link. So I don't know why he's not here. I apologize.
$7,500, 10% bond. And then as to, well, that's a speeding ticket. I think that's it for docket today. Amazing.
All right. Take it.
Thank you. All right.
Have a good day.
Have a good
See
day.
you later.
Bye.